the European paper wasp. Here, on Pender Island in Canada, they're an invasive species, and invading is hard work, so the colony is hungry. A worker wasp peeks out of her comb. It's her job to find food for the colony. But leaving the safety of the nest is the most dangerous thing a wasp can do. There's so many ways to get eaten alive out there. From outside in to inside out. This parasite places its host in a catatonic state so it can safely wriggle out of the wasp's body. It now emerges, fully grown, with wings, and flies away, leaving the host wasp to die. This worker wasp does not want that fate, so she shirks her duty and hides inside her comb where it's safe. A hungry male leers at her. He wants her to bring him food. Male wasps don't get their own food. They don't work. Their only function in the colony is to have sex, which they rarely do. So they have a lot of leisure time. They gather around the worker's comb, waiting for their food to appear. It doesn't. The males are too small to force the worker to get them food. All they can do is hang out around her comb and beg. A female returns with water that she regurgitates for the colony. Our worker is thirsty and sneaks outside to get a sip. But now she's out in the open, a dangerous place for a worker wasp who doesn't want to get caught slacking on the job. Workers that don't do their jobs get harassed by the wasp police. The wasp police are made up of high-ranking females that avoid the dangers of getting food for themselves by bullying underlings into getting it for them. The cop beats the worker with her antennae. The worker cowers in submission and finally flies off to work. What a find! A random grasshopper leg. But who rips off a grasshopper's leg and just leaves it lying around? Backstory on the local grasshoppers. These are relatively large insects with strong exoskeletons. They do not need to worry about getting eaten by other insects. But another invasive species has changed that. The European praying mantis. She has the speed and strength to tear limbs clean off a grasshopper and a wasp. Fortunately, she's nowhere in sight. Back at the hive, the worker shares her chewed up grasshopper leg. And then flies back to work. She takes a moment to clean herself up after lunch. A mantis watches her. Disguised as a blade of grass, he waits patiently as his lunch arrives. When you narrowly escape being eaten by a monster, it's nice to stuff your face in some flowers. She gets most of her nutrients from flower nectar. Wasps are pollinators, like bees. Bees actually descended from wasps. From an evolutionary perspective, bees are just wasps that forgot how to hunt and became vegetarians. But while bees will always do what's best for the colony, paper wasps will sometimes do what's best for the colony, and sometimes they'll do what's best for themselves. They're more like us. Her colony wants her to bring her nectar back as soon as possible. But she wants to relax in the sun for a while, so the colony will have to wait. When she finally returns, she regurgitates all her nectar for the horde. But it's not enough. Many are left hungry and angry. She escapes. Tired and ragged, she needs to find a safe place to rest. But that's tough to find